Hey, what's up, family? Hey, today we're gonna do a book review on an oldie but goodie book. This is out in Marcy Projects, New York. We all heard of the emphasis Marcy Projects. A lot of nonsense and drama going out there.
Yes.
But this old book is called My Brother's Keeper by Alfred Adams Jr. Great book. Like I said, I read this I read this a long time ago,
Awesome.
and it felt good that my daughter and my wife both read it, and now we all gonna do a review on it. So, like I always say, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, subscribe, share, like, and comment. We always like to put positive content out to you guys. And before I get into anything, we always give you a word of the day, because you should always lift up and broaden your vocabulary. So today, the word of the day is going to be exactly what we're doing, like a lot of our videos, and that is to advocate more reading, advocate more communicating with your family.
Yes.
So, and if you look up the word advocate, it would say to publicly recommend, something, or to support something that someone else is doing. So
Exactly.
that's what we're saying here, to advocate more reading and communicating with your family. So as I said, let's get on this book. You're going to love this one. Like I said, it's in Marcy Projects, New York, Brooklyn, Queens, Bed-Stuy, Bushwick. They're going all over in New York, all different types of stuff. So we're going to start off with this. I'm going to start off, y'all don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. The way the book starts off, it's a family, three brothers, Malcolm, Mark, and Michael.
Yeah.
Michael being the oldest, Mark the middle. Malcolm
is
the middle, and Mark
is
the youngest. And
right.
Mark is a rapper.
Yeah.
Malcolm's an educated college kid.
Very
And
smart.
meanwhile, Mike, he's a street dude, but they all are heavily into.
Malcolm's a church boy too. At
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
All three were religious when they
Yeah,
were little.
because their families are heavily religious stuff.
Yes,
But little do they know,
father.
Malcolm, the oldest, he's out in the streets. So he's just playing the game of being all that religious stuff. But what I like about the beginning of this book that really had me captivated, I'm sure it was with y'all too. In the very beginning, they in Marcy Projects, right? So now, all of a sudden, it finds out that this group of hardcore thug killers, they had got robbed. And they got robbed of their drugs and their money and their jewelry. And the crazy thing, when they got robbed, the idiot that robbed them, he stole one of their gold chains was not a regular gold chain. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
It was a unique gold chain. Like it said something like J Rock
Something
Killer.
that you wouldn't really see anybody else wearing on the streets.
Yeah, it was like a gold chain with a medallion that said something like J Rock Killer or the greatest. It said something that was unique on it, right? So after he robbed these dudes, he gave the chain to his girlfriend. Dumb move. Because what he should have did is just pawned it in 3, 4, 5 towns over. He gave it to his girlfriend. What did this dummy do? She's rocking it all around the neighborhood. And when the dude that got robbed, when he seen her with it, he said, "Hey, yo, where you get that chain from? Yo, what's up, mom? Where you get that chain from?" And she's like, "Oh, I bought it off a crackhead." He's like, "Crackhead? Get the hell out of here. Show me the crackhead." Matter of fact, and he snatched it off of her. And when she got loud, he pulled this gun. He said, yo, don't even try it. Don't even try it. Matter of fact, and he grabbed her by the arm. He said, "You gonna show me who this crackhead is. We going right now. Cause this is my damn chain. Who the hell is this crackhead?" She couldn't find the so-called crackhead. So now he said, "Nah, we going up to the apartment where my boys at, cause we all got robbed that night." And she felt comfortable because one of his boys, she grew up with him.
Yeah.
So she's like, "I know I'll be good." But when they got up there, old boy showed the rest of his crew the chain. He said, "Look what this BITCH got. She had my damn chain." And they asked her how she get it. She couldn't come up with no legitimate answers, making up a
But
crackhead.
remember, she was more scared of her boyfriend, the
Yeah.
one that actually
Scared of him than them. But little did she know.
They stole the jewelry.
So now, when she couldn't come up with nothing, she thought she was all good because she knew one of them. He walked right out of the room after he knew she was full of crap. He told the rest of his boys, "Do with her what you want."
No, but remember she ratted on her boyfriend. She said eventually.
Oh, damn, thank you. See, this was good about reading together. Because, see, I might have missed something there. Thanks, that's cool. She did. She ratted on her boyfriend. She said he took it. And now, when he said that, that's when the other dude said, "Do with her what y'all want."
Yeah,
And-
because finally she did rat on her boyfriend because she was getting all this beaten.
Yeah, they was beating her down. They was beating her.
That, literally almost her
They-
socket of
they
her
was-
eye.
they was
her
beating
eye
her like a
socket was
man.
about to pop out.
Bust her up bad.
Yeah.
And you know, so then they beat it. Then at the end, pow, shot in the head. Right. So now they looking for her boyfriend. What did this coward do? He skips town. And what do? They like heartless. They go to his mother's house.
Oh my
and,
God.
and the mother, they rings the doorbell, and the mother peeps through the door peephole and say, "Who is it?" And they put the gun right to the peephole. Pow, blew away.
But see, he's an idiot because he's still out there in the streets doing whatever he want to do, and he's really in danger's road. Instead of just dealing with in another side of the town, he deals with his issues right in front, right where he lives.
That was a
at.
cowardly act. He skipped town. Then he got locked up or something. He thought he'd be safe. But now that's a whole nother story. Now we get on to the brothers. Now, anybody want to jump in now? What happens after that?
Well, they all moved to that same area where the situation happened.
Everybody knew about that encounter.
The mother knew the encounter, and that's why she was overprotective.
Yeah,
of the
I don't want
of
y'all
her
outside.
3 little boys.
I don't want y'all
Even
doing
the
that.
music they couldn't listen
Yeah.
to, no
She
TV.
was very
No
strict.
rap
She was
music,
Christian.
nothing.
Yeah, she was raised. They were raised as this Christian that they are not allowed to do this, to do
Church
that.
like
because
5 days a week.
Yes,
Yeah.
and this was all into. But Michael was more out on the streets.
Yes.
Malcolm and Mark was more devoted and following
To their
the parents,
mom, yeah.
what their parents.
But now
wanted.
Michael, he used to come home every day and he gives stories to his younger brother
Oh,
Mark.
yes.
And his younger brother
No,
Mark.
that wasn't Malcolm. That's Michael.
Michael.
You said Malcolm.
Oh, if I did, excuse me. Michael used to always come home and tell his little brother stories about the streets.
And
And his younger brother was up and coming rapper. So he would take these stories and stuff, and he was like a
Amazed.
yeah, he
He's
was like a
infatuated by
Eminem
the
slash 50 Cent. He was a hardcore killer rapper.
Yeah, but
So-
Mark was infatuated by those stories at a young age.
Yeah, and Malcolm didn't like the fact
Yeah.
that Michael was telling him all these stories. He said, "Yo, he getting too infatuated." So anyway, go ahead. What else?
No, go ahead.
What you want to say?
Well, we could get straight to like the not nitty gritty because you gotta read the book.
Okay.
But I was just gonna say, out of all the characters, it's someone that you haven't mentioned yet that's later in the book.
Let me lead up to it.
But
Then.
how you just gonna tell me the fuck?
Because you said I'm gonna lead up to it, then you jump into it.
Okay,
Then. I asked you. You
go
said
ahead.
I ain't say nothing yet, so
I was
I
gonna
know what
mention
she
the
getting ready to talk about. You about to talk about Joe Guns.
No, I was gonna say Puerto Rican Just was actually my favorite, but I hated
Okay.
Joe Guns. I
She hated Joe
him.
Guns. All right, let me tell y'all what she talking about. Now, Michael, he became this big time drug dealer, big time gangster. And everybody just thought he was this smooth operator, but what they didn't know, yeah, he was a smooth operator, but he was a killer in disguise, like a sheep and wolf a wolf in sheep's clothing type of guy. Because they never thought, nah, he's a church guy. He ain't like that. What he did was a old rivalry thing that he brought back to life type of thing.
Yeah,
You know, like with Puerto Ricans and Dominicans. What he did, he wanted his crew to get bigger and take over more spots. So what did he do? He went to the Puerto Rican bodega and he had his boys kill all the Puerto Ricans in that bodega. And then they wrote some sign on the wall, something that said like, "Down with you Puerto Ricans, Dominicans live forever." Something like that, like Dominicans rule over you, no good Puerto Ricans. Then he went to the Dominican bodega and he killed all the Dominicans and he put a sign up that said, "Puerto Ricans, y'all had yesterday," something like that. "We got today, and Puerto Ricans overrule all you dirty Dominicans." Something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, but they had the Spanish. Even they forgot Cubans in that they were another group that couldn't stand none of them.
Exactly.
But they were sleeping on the blacks.
Yes.
Because they felt that they were not threatened by them because
Yeah.
the blacks already.
They said some
had
racist
and
stuff
all
about that too. They was like, "We like dealing with the blacks because it's just business, but I hate the Puerto Ricans say I hate Dominicans. I can't stand Dominicans, and Dominicans say I can't stand the damn Puerto Ricans. I'd rather deal with black people. At least I can know I can handle business." But it's like it's bullcrap. You know what I'm saying? But by doing that, it made a rivalry with them two groups. Meanwhile, here go the big king on the top. He's watching y'all kill each other off while he's just controlling everything. It's like the way society and the government do with a lot of us out here in the world today. You know, it is people of color, black, Spanish, of all kinds. We're all one group, and you got white people. But then they manipulate us to say silly stuff that don't exist, such as black on black crime. But you never hear them say white on white crime. You know what I'm saying? They do the most heinous crimes, but you never hear them say that. But meanwhile, they got us turning against each other all the time.
But you
Okay.
gotta remember, that one person that was a very good factor as to who died in that shot was Joe Gunn's brother.
Joe Gunn's with Juan.
Juan was the older brother. Joe Gunn was the younger brother at the time.
That was Puerto Rican, right?
Yeah, because he didn't like Dominicans.
So and Joe Guns was growing up now, and it always hurted him that my brother got
but
killed.
But the way they found out was, remember, they was in the living room. His whole family was in the room that night, and they saw his brother on TV.
Yeah.
And they saw how they was like, oh, such and such died, and then his mother was crying and stuff like that. So he held a vengeance for that.
Yeah. So now Joe Guns, since Mike doing all this, all of a sudden later down the line, as Mike taking this girl to college and all this, he hooked up with these two random wannabe thug dudes.
We didn't really want to hook them up.
He hooked them up. They turned out to be low lives, and they turned on him. They kidnapped his girl. She wound up in the hospital.
Chantel.
She wound up killing one of them. But then when he loses his mind,
you're not gonna talk about how she lost the baby?
Sure. Get to it.
Oh my God, that junk was crazy. So boom.
We ain't gonna tell y'all the whole book because it's a great book. You need to get the book.
She was dumb. I think Chantel was dumb because of how the whole kidnap started from the jump. You're a daughter of a big time kingpin that back in the day.
But he never told her what he
never
did.
told her what he was on the street. That's what she was.
No,
upset.
but what I'm saying is that how she just walked in that car.
That was stupid.
That was dumb because, like you said in the book, she's a daughter of a kingpin.
Her father used to be
a kingpin.
Yeah.
And she should know. She should know the
supposed to say, "Yo, you got to get in the car."
But that's why you say those women are emotional because
cops got your man. Come with us.
They lied saying like we got Michael, and she's like, "Oh my God, where's Michael?" So he was like, "Come with us and we'll take you," not knowing that there's two there's one in the back of the car and they kidnapped her.
But still, Chantel was very pissed off, and I understood where she was coming from.
Because Michael was lying to her the whole time.
Michael should have prepared her in certain situations when things would have
he just should have never lied from the jump. Like he never told her like that he was running the streets.
So now, when he leaves the hospital, because she in the hospital or whatever, after a whole lot of drama happened. We ain't gonna tell y'all every detail because you gotta get it. But when he left the hospital, he was all clueless in his mind. He was he was messed up, and he was just walking. He took a ride to another side of the neighborhood, and some dirty cops approached him.
But not knowing that where he was, it's always filled with cops.
And they tried to, these dirty cops tried to pursue him. He wanted to pull his gun out and shooting both cops. So that turned into a whole nother story that made him get locked up. He eventually beat it. But the whole time he was locked up, that's where Joe Guns comes in the picture. Now Joe Guns become the big man on the streets. And Joe Guns, all he ever worried about is killing Dominicans because the Dominicans so-called killed his brother. It was all a lie.
Yeah.
It's like an old saying that says, and I think I got it from the book, what rumor has ever been greater than the truth once the truth has really been presented to you? Think about it. A lot of times we out here in this world, we'll believe what somebody told you or what a bunch of group or what's been told you all your life. But now when you get of a certain age and you find out that everything that you was told was always a lie. Exactly. It's the greatest big upset ever. You like, yo, I've been told a lie all this time. And that's how Joe Guns was, right? He's always been told that the Dominicans killed his brother, but it was Chantel, younger cousin, who hated Michael that went and told Joe Guns what really happened back then. And it was Michael who killed your uncle. And when he said that, it go back to that old saying,
don't kill the messenger.
Don't kill the messenger.
Yeah, right. Or was that the line that you were trying to think of?
Yeah, it was something like that. Because I think I wrote it down because I liked it so much. I was like, good intentions without never la la la. It doesn't pay to be the bearer of bad news. And when he told him the truth, Joe Guns was just so furious. He just jumped up, boom, 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 and killed him, and then killed his boy that was waiting for him. And now all he thought about is, I'm going to get this Joker. I'm going to make him and his whole family pay. I'm going to kill all of them one by one.
Caulfield, they wanted the whole family.
The whole Caulfield family. We're killing all of them.
But you know what? I really.
But see, here's the other thing. I'm sorry. While Chantel cousin was telling him the whole story, Joe Guns didn't know his own little brother was in the back room listening to the whole story. But
But I mostly like this book for the simple fact that it shows you the strength and the strength of the tightness of the family that they all had with each other.
We haven't mentioned their father.
Yeah.
Yeah, the father was a good father. He just got hurt in the beginning. He couldn't work no more. But he had a disability check coming in.
Yeah.
But he used that disability to try to better them. But they was in the projects, whatever. But he was a good father.
But they were all after the court failure to kill each of them, and they started with the father. They killed him.
Another thing I like to say about Joe Guns, your boy, who you hate so much. But you got to remember, you hate him so much because he was a hardcore killer. But look at the reason why. He been lied to all his life. But know what I like about Joe Guns?
What?
Was the story he told about his brother Juan. He told how his brother did so much for him and taught him how to be a man and taught him all these things. And he always said to him, his older brother Juan, he said, one of the greatest things a man could have is when he got a woman as an ally by his side. But never trust a bitch. She will do you wrong for anything to get your money and your power.
Yeah.
Hence, I give you a great story. When he was a kid, he said one day, Joe Guns, when he was a little kid, he said he came in the house about 12 years old.
Oh, I know a story about this.
He said he came in the house and he seen his older brother Juan with these beautiful girls in the house. Beautiful girls. And he went in the back room with his brother. And his brother called him back room. He said, "Oh, you like what you see with them two girls?" And he said, yeah, you like it. And then he pulled out a gun. He said, "You like this 45 gun too?" And then he brought him back in the living room with the two girls. He said, and he told the one girl, he said, "Hey, Maria, my little brother like you. Please him now." And just like that, she got on her knees, unzipped his pants, pulled his penis out, and she gave him oral sex right in front of him. And a minute later, he said, "Maria, stop." And just like that, on cue, it was like she's a robot or something. She stopped when he said stop, just like that. And then he said, he gave Maria the 45 gun, and he said, "Now, Maria, kill my little brother."
Yo, when I read that part, I was like, wait, what? I'm so confused.
Yo, they were like, "What the hell?" Kill. And his little brother got all nervous, like, what? He got nervous. And sure enough, Maria put the gun in his head and pulled the trigger. Boom! But it went click.
Yeah, he unloaded
He unloaded the bullets
Yeah,
and the magazine. And his brother was so scared. He was like, "Why would you do that to me?" He said, "Because it proved my point to you. Like I said, to have a good woman by your side is a great ally. But never trust a bitch." He said, "See, that same woman that was willing to give you pleasure was willing to kill you. And it meant nothing to her. So don't ever trust a bitch."
But you know what's crazy? That same line, he didn't listen at the end.
Because
that same line that his brother went right on him.
His own girl.
His own girl
that he'd been with for years and trusted her. And then she did it. Why?
For money.
For money. Somebody offered her $1 million and to turn on your man, and she's like, "Woo, $1 million, I'm gonna turn on him." You know?
And who wouldn't?
Just like that, you got him killed.
So what you trying to say? If somebody offered you $1 million,
yeah,
she just admitted that she'll kill you.
Throw her up out of here. Cut up in the boat jump. Yeah, but Michael eventually he beats the rap with shooting the cops because they was undercover.
Yeah.
They was not dressed. They did not present themselves, identify themselves. And they was corrupt and all kind, like a lot of these dirty cops out here.
Yep.
Yeah. But they finally got him arrested. But they got him arrested because of the weapon.
Yeah. But he beat that. He got out eventually.
Yeah.
But yo, this is a great book. This is a great book. Y'all got anything else y'all want to say to it?
I was gonna say Puerto Rican Just. I like him.
Puerto Rican Just was in prison.
He's my favorite character.
That joke was down.
He's got
He was
I
down,
did
but
know
he
he
was
was a
dirty.
rat. I thought he turned on the
He was
Costa
dirty.
family.
Yeah, well,
But come to find out, it was all a setup. Because at the end of the day, who was his real boy was Michael.
Yeah.
So even though we know Just,
but he played it so well.
That's what I
he
thought.
made you think he turned on Michael.
I thought he did
But
turn
that
on
was
Michael in the
solid.
car. Mommy was like, no. I'm like, yeah, you don't know
See,
what
that's
you're
a
talking
joke.
about.
How many real friends out here like that?
Yo.
You know, ain't too many cats where you go, nah, real joke like Mike go, nah, I know that joke.
And I also liked how the fact that Michael passed away, but Just was still solid to the whole Kaufman family.
Like, nah, I don't turn on my man. All you other cats, I can kill less, but I don't turn on my man.
This is one of the examples that when someone is down with you from the beginning, this is how you gotta pay them back.
A lot of people don't not do that. Most people just take. They don't know how to show appreciation back. And I hate to say this, but it's true. You know what I noticed though? It's normally a lot of guys that haven't been raised with a father.
Yeah.
I noticed that because they do bitch shit. They do sucker stuff because they ain't never had that father to tell them, what the hell is you doing? Boy, Pop, get yourself right. You be doing dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? I noticed, I'm not saying in all cases, but in most cases, it be these guys that I grew up with type of cats. When I look at their back, I go, oh, that's why you act like a sucker all the time. You grew up with your mommy, your aunt, and your grandma. You don't know nothing about loyalty or whatever. You're a sucker. But anything else y'all want to add? Because this was an excellent book.
It's a lot. It's like, yo, this book was so good. Like, okay, it had me up to like 2 a.m. reading every chapter. It was like, after I was done with one chapter, I was like, all right, after this chapter, I'm going to go to sleep.
2 a.m. I was like, this joke's still up.
I was like, after one chapter, I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to go to sleep. But as soon as when that chapter ended, I was like, nah, I got to read another one. As soon as that one, I'm like, okay, I'm going to finish. This is really going to be the last chapter.
And you was just trying to pass me because I had to recap.
Yeah, he was trying. I felt like he was taking
the
the book to work, and I'm just like, you're trying to beat me, and it's not gonna happen.
I love the family. I love the ending, and it goes to show.
The way, but Michael slipped, bro. Like you're supposed to have your guard up 24/7, and you let that little boy just shoot you in the head at the funeral.
It's sad. You can't ask for perfection.
Never seen it coming. He was Spanish like his cousin Chantel. He was dressed in a suit. Yo, he fit the bill.
Come on.
But that's my girl Chantel.
But I liked his crew because they were on go.
But see, she was tripping. Because Mike got killed. She was all caught up.
He didn't deserve to die. He didn't deserve to die. I don't
Mike
care.
Got killed.
No, he didn't deserve to die.
Here's the thing. You were so caught up in him, but you forgot.
I didn't forget
that he is a killer.
I didn't forget that. I just said that he didn't deserve to die.
He did so much good stuff that it made you forget how he was a killer.
His boy Flip died too. I was like, oh
See?
no.
He get caught up with you, baby.
I believe that Michael, the way he was as a killer, it was like it's almost like not a crime.
A means to an end. Yeah, but he killed all them Puerto Ricans, then he killed all them Dominicans.
But they weren't good. No,
they always criminal.
They were.
Always criminal.
So it wasn't really. It wasn't
wrong.
She
was in
it
love
wasn't
with
wrong.
this guy.
Michael didn't deserve to die.
I think she was in love with him because the guys that took the picture,
no,
she's like,
no,
bro, these guys,
no, that's not the case.
But yeah, like I said, we're not gonna tell y'all the whole book, but we hope y'all enjoy our perspective on the book that we all read. And as I said, and we love to be an advocate to y'all out there. Read more, communicate more with your family. It's a great thing. You realize we didn't even have the TV on all that time.
Right?
It's a great thing to read. And you should read more. And on that note, peace.
Touch me on this camera and I'm recording you.